Goodhart, Delaware's transit service, moving forward.
Live proudly, boldly, and with peace of mind by advocating for your health with an early cancer screening. The LGBTQIA+ community is at higher risk of cancer, but screenings can detect cancer early when it's most treatable, giving you the power to live exactly as you are. Talk to your healthcare provider today. If you don't have insurance, talk to a nurse navigator to see if you qualify for free screenings.
Wilmington, what's going on? I'm your main man, Big Iv, the talk of the town, Mr. DETV, here with my special co-host.
Good morning, it's your man, Meshach Center, AKA Shaq.
What's happening, baby?
You already know the vibe.
That's right, DSU in the building. So with that being said, I had to get the DSU plug out.
Always, you know how we started.
Yeah, another amazing show, Shaq, today, man. We had to come in and do this live. We got an endless amount of things that the city is offering. And we have Tina Betz, the Director of Cultural Affairs, in the building. We have Duffy Samuels, CEO of Duffy's Hope, in the building. And we have Joe Van Horn in the building, owner of Chelsea, to talk about everything that's happening, like from August and beyond.
So we have a lot going on, right?
People say the city doesn't have a lot going on.
No, the city does have a lot going on, and that's why we're here to make sure everybody knows about it.
I love it.
So that's why we brought these special guests today to speak up for themselves, to let everybody know where they need to be.
I feel like they need a horn, like,
something. All they need is Good Morning Wilmington. We'll keep you in tune.
There we go. Let's hop right on into it.
That's it, let's go.
So next up, we have Tina Betz, Director of Cultural Affairs, in the building, to talk about the great things that she and the city of Wilmington are providing for new creatives. So Tina, welcome to the show. Welcome.
Thank you. Good to be back.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's not even welcome. It's like, hey, glad to see you again. How you doing?
Good to be back. Doing great. Doing
Awesome.
great. Thank you. Really, really busy. And you know, you mentioned, and I think we were on air when you said nothing. You know, people say there's nothing to do in Wilmington. I have to tell you, there are times when I'm choosing.
Yes.
You know, there's like a menu. Like, what can I, because you can't be everywhere. I mean, I remember one night I had 4 things scheduled.
Right.
So I had to stop in here, stop in there, and then finally ended up, you know, seeing a whole show down at the Contemporary with the City Theater Company. I mean, but it's amazing. We have wonderful things going on here.
And first of all, let me give a shout out to the administration, right? The administration has made sure that there is a lot of things going on, not just down the waterfront like some people were saying way back when, but inside the communities itself. And now, like with this Urban Artists Exchange.
Urban Artists Exchange, and eventually what we're going to rebrand it as UAE.
Okay.
You know, but it's the Urban Artists Exchange, and it's the newest urban green space in the city of Wilmington. Okay. It's on the east side of Wilmington, right at 16th and Walnut Street, or 16th and Clifford Brown Walk.
Yeah, right down there.
Right there, right down the street from Howard Votech. It's 1 acre of land that had been overgrown, former horse stables.
I remember
the
that.
Stables were all dilapidated and falling apart. They have been renovated into art studios where we're running a summer program, a 6-week summer program for young people to make art, and then at the end of the 6 weeks, they'll sell their art to the community.
Get out.
Yeah, it's great. We've been doing that for, I think, since 2019, 2020, I can't remember, but it's a wonderful program. The difference, one of the big differences with the Urban Artists Exchange, because there are parks around the city of Wilmington, but this park will be constantly programmed. So there'll be live performances, artists there making art, youth being taught art and taught art making, and you know, so it's just constantly happening over there. It's not just a green space. It is that too. People could just come and find some respite, but there will also be ongoing program happening there.
Well, that's amazing, and that's exactly what the city needs.
That's right.
You know, for the creatives and the youth. So you did mention that you have programs currently ongoing.
Yeah.
What programs do you have that you can mention coming up in the near future where we maybe can get some people to come by and see what you have to offer?
Well, every Wednesday night, we were fortunate to get a grant from the Levitt Foundation that will fund a series of concerts, 10-week series of concerts that we've already started. We had DuPont Brass.
Okay.
Nice.
Then we had the legendary Ingramettes that we had to bring indoors to the Episcopal Church of St. Andrew in Matthews. Thank you, Sam, for allowing us to bring the legendary Ingramettes in. So they were our first two of the Levitt AMP Wilmington music series. And we'll continue with a very broad range of music, everything from bluegrass to R&B to Afro, Caribbean to Zydeco, just all over the place. And what I would encourage folks to do is to go to cityfestwilm.com and sign up for our newsletter, because that tells you what's happening every week. The Levitt AMP Wilmington concert series, music series, happens every Wednesday night, beginning at 6:30. So come on over. It's free and open to the public. It's an absolutely beautiful space. We will also be doing the Friday night art loops over there. Thank you, Tish Williams.
Oh, nice.
So we'll be over there on Friday nights, beginning August. So August 4th will be the first one.
Okay.
And then the next day, every first Saturday, we'll be doing an arts fair right after that.
Nice.
So lots and lots of things happening at the Urban Artists Exchange.
How do artists sign up to perform there?
This year,
at the amphitheater.
Yeah, this year we're not doing performances, taking in applications for performances, but anybody who's interested should come out to see what we're doing this year, so they can see the stage, see what the infrastructure is, so that next year when we have a process in place, where we can have artists actually submit to perform, because we will have some criteria that artists will need to meet, then they will see, well, this is what we have available. One of the criteria will be that anything that happens there is non-ticketed. It has to be open to the public.
Free 99.
Exactly. That's exactly
nice.
right. I mean, one of the things that you mentioned the administration, Mayor Mike Przicki, what he really wants to make sure happens is that anything that we do, especially at places like the Urban Artists Exchange, is totally accessible, that there are no barriers to access, especially to art space type of programming.
Yeah. How did you come up with this idea? Because I have seen this in other cities and traveling. Was that your inspiration?
About 12 years ago, when I worked for the Baker administration, a colleague and I went over to what was then the Urban Environmental Center that had for about 17 years been run by Dolores and her sister. And they were ready to move on. They wanted just to retire and to do something else. So there was this 1-acre parcel. Started looking around thinking, how can we build on their vision for the site? Because they had always wanted to do something with the stables that were art-based. So we said, okay, well, how about if we do this? We'll do the stables where we can do some art making, we can do some teaching, some mentoring of young people. Be really, really good if we had an outdoor amphitheater. I'm not talking about like a little, concrete platform. There's nothing wrong with that. But we wanted a stage that would accommodate, a duo as well as a large symphony orchestra. And then we also wanted the grounds to be conducive to people, finding some respite or tapping in to their creative juices. And that's what we had the vision for. And as I said, that was 12 years ago. It stalled a little bit, but then when Mayor Przicki came into office in 2017, a lease was signed with CityFest Inc. And CityFest is a nonprofit that raises money to do things like the Jazz Festival and Artists Exchange. And then it took maybe 2-3 years for us to really bring it into operation. And so 2 weeks ago, we opened it up. 2 weeks ago from when we're taping this, we opened it up with our first concert. We still have a little more work to do. We have some bridges to build. There is also an underground stormwater management system that is our environmental component of the project, and that mitigates the flooding that has happened in that area over and over again. So, I mean, it's just a very complete project that is, very unique, not just for the city of Wilmington, but for the state of Delaware.
I love it.
Wow, that's amazing. So As a creative, I want to thank you.
You're welcome.
You might get me on stage singing one of these days. No, I'm joking. Right? But honestly, so you've talked about the inception.
Yeah.
You've talked about what you're doing presently. Now let's talk about the future. What is your vision? Where do you see this going in the next couple of years?
I like to see programming happening almost 12 months out of the year. You know, because sometimes, you know, in Wilmington, we shut down in the cold winter months. And I went to school in Boston and did, you know, it was there. And, you know, winter there started on Easter. Well, no, I'm sorry, ended on Easter. It seems like it never ended, actually.
Right.
I think it began in September and ended around Easter. So, you know, and life doesn't end, you know, because it's snowing outside.
Right.
There are some really creative things that you can do all year round. So we'd like to see it programmed 12 months out of the year as much as possible.
Yeah.
We also we do want to engage our local creatives, and we're doing that with our Arts Work Youth Apprenticeship Program,
Right.
where we have our young people being mentored there, and they're being mentored by teaching artists who are local. And also for the Levitt AMP Wilmington Music Series, we have the first half hour of the concert. We present a local artist.
Okay.
So we're slowly getting into introducing the community to the space and all of the things that are happening there, and we want to continue to build on that in the future. What we don't want is to have this beautiful space with nothing happening there.
Right.
So, and we are very open to ideas. If anybody has any ideas, you know, first of all, as I said, you'll get me, but the best thing to do is to go on to the cityfestwilm.com website and sign up for the newsletter. There's also an opportunity to leave messages. We're all over social media.
Yes,
you know,
you are.
please contact us that way. And I'm just going to say this straight out. No negativity, okay?
No negativity.
We took this 1 acre parcel that was just getting started, so no negativity. All negativity I'm just going to
Good vibes
ignore,
only.
okay? Only good vibes.
There you
So we
go.
want positive, good ideas that we can help make.
TV, Mama Betz, we ain't calling her Tina. Thanks again for coming by, and you know
Thank
the
you.
rules. You have the key, so anytime that you want to talk about whatever's going on, you have the platform to do it.
Thank you, Ivan.
You got it.
Thank you, Shaq.
No, thank you.
All right, next up, after this commercial break, we're coming back with Duffy Samuels, CEO of Duffy's Hope, another nonprofit, another capeless superhero that's doing amazing things in, I'm gonna say it like this, in the hood. In the hood and beyond.
And beyond.
And
There you
beyond.
go. That's right, Duffy.
Duffy started with the softball first. It was
Correct.
softball, right? The celebrity softball fundraiser, and now it's basketball. Basketball.
But
I want kickball, Duff.
The key thing is it's always about the community.
Yeah,
Right.
and he's always been like that since I've known him since high school, G-High all day, right? And right now. So shout out to Duff. We'll be right back after these messages, and then after that, get your beers ready, baby.
Let's go.
Beer Fest.
DETV has been Delaware's premium provider of creative digital and broadcasting solutions that bridges communities and connects people. We create great stories for all audiences. We deliver independent news throughout Delaware. We are digital platform innovators. And we develop marketing and sales solutions so you can stay connected to your audience. Now, why do we do what we do here on DETV? We do it because we care. So, keep watching and follow us on all of our social media platforms. Remember, DETV, online, on air, on time.
Still searching for cheap gas prices? Dump the pump and ride DART. You can DART to your destination for only $4 all day. Let DART do the driving while you enjoy our free Wi-Fi available on all buses statewide. While scrolling through your favorite apps, don't forget to download DART's free transit app for real-time bus information and enjoy the convenience of contactless fare payment through DART Pass. So what are you waiting for? Dump the pump and try transit. Visit dartfirststate.com or call 1-800-652-DART.
Government doesn't make a move without an agenda, some type of plan. The problem is we haven't been on the agenda. Sometimes we're overlooked. Sometimes our interests aren't the interests of those in power. I'm your host, Kerwin Gaines, on DETV's new show, The Agenda. We're going to do our best to ensure that you, Delawareans, are knowledgeable about what's going on in the Assembly. Federal government, local government, it doesn't matter. We're going to do our best to ensure that folks that make the agenda on a daily basis have to answer for it. Let them explain what they're doing. If it affects you, it's on the agenda.
And welcome back. Up next to Good Morning Wilmington is no stranger to DETV or to the city of Wilmington. We have today Mr. Duffy Samuels, President and CEO of Duffy's Hope Incorporated, and he's going to talk to us about what he has going on next week. For those who don't know, if you're living under a rock, next week is the Duffy's annual celebrity basketball game, but it's not just that. Before that, on August the 4th, we are going to have the awards gala, which Duffy's Hope will highlight a lot of the great people that are doing great things in Wilmington. So we welcome him here today. Duffy, what's up, brother?
What's up?
Hey, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. It's an honor, you know.
No, come on. You know, the honor's all ours, man.
Thank you.
The
It's
honor.
the first time I get interviewed by me, Shaq. You know?
Oh, man, don't do
what
that.
I'm saying?
Don't start,
Hold on,
Duff.
Y'all started off with like, me, Shaq, AKA this, you know, so I guess Alan Samuels, AKA Duffy, you know.
There it
Jump
is,
right there,
bro.
too. So, no, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on. And, you know, Ivan, again, congratulations on what you're doing, man.
Thank
And
you,
me,
bro.
Shaq, you're doing a lot of great things
Thank
as
you,
well,
brother.
man. So.
But before it was us.
Yeah, it's not.
It was you.
Correct.
And you was doing it. You were doing it for years, like unseen, like not mainstream, but you was doing it, and it was very effective. And one thing about having a nonprofit, right? The key words about having a nonprofit is impact, and you've been making an impact for a very, very long time. So thank you, bro, for what you've been doing with your nonprofit and the kids in the community. That goes and means a lot to all of us. So salute to you, my brother.
Thank you, appreciate it. Yeah, like you said, we've been doing it for a long time, 21 years officially as a nonprofit. You know, I heard y'all say he started with softball, but actually I started with basketball.
Okay.
I started with the, Shaq, you might have remember this when Fade back at Dell State, Naughty by Nature. I was down there to see SWAT, and Naughty didn't have enough players, so I played with Naughty by Nature. And they said, "Oh man, you can play." I said, "Yeah, I do this sometimes." You know?
Right.
And so
They know you was a baller.
Then he's all American.
So me and Fave got together and started, talked about doing a game here. So that's my first game was a celebrity basketball game at Del Tech, 1998. Wow. And then, I wasn't even a nonprofit at the time, so I was just raising money, working with Councilwoman Stephanie Bolden. So when I raised money, I just, we worked together and did a community day, gave out school supplies.
Yeah.
And so then in 2002, that's when I got incorporated, and that's when I started the softball. I switched it over to softball, because right before softball, you remember I did the N1 tour for like
That's
3 straight years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow,
so
man. I
and
remember
Glasgow
that.
High School sold out. So it was selling out. So I was like, I need a bigger venue. I couldn't get the Bob. So, I got Farley Stadium. So, Joe McDonald really helped me out. And I got the Farley Stadium, and I did softball for 10 straight years. Right. And then I went back to basketball.
Love it, man. Yeah. See what I mean?
Amazing. So the thing is this, we're entrepreneurs as well. So we understand the work that goes into doing things. And you mentioned you've been doing this for 21 years now. What is it that gives you that energy to continue? Because you're not just doing it for yourself, you're doing it for the community. And sometimes it might go where you don't get the recognition. So what keeps you going, Duff?
And it's the kids. It's the kids and the families that I serve. And then having a great staff too, that really helps. And great volunteers. See, a lot of people think it's just me, Duffy, because it says Duffy.
It says Duffy, right.
But I have a great team.
Yeah.
And then every day, I always tell people I appreciate the awards that I get, but my biggest award is seeing a kid not dying, walking across the stage, graduating, being a productive citizen in the city of Wilmington or the state of Delaware. So that's that's the awards that I really like. So that's what keeps me going.
Yeah, I remember I got hooked up with Duffy to do a video project for him. Remember the young woman named Diamond.
Right.
And just to hear her story, when you're filming something on a documentary level, it's different, right? But to hear her story of where she came from and the adversity that she had to the beat and get through, and now I don't know where she is now. Can you give me an update?
Actually, she didn't finish. She graduated from the University of Delaware. She didn't got her master's at Wilmington University. So now she took a year off. She's working, and she's ready to get back into law school. So she's going to do law school because she wants to be a lawyer. And actually, she's on my board now.
Get out of here, bro.
That's how it goes.
All right, I'm going to make sure I put the link to that video we shot maybe about 8 years ago in this. But
that's a great story.
Oh, my God.
So speaking of the youth in Wilmington, one thing, I'm not from Delaware originally, but we don't have a lot of artists, right? Celebrities come through Delaware. So what you've done by impacting the community, it also does a lot because youth get to see these people that they're only seeing on TV, right? They get to actually come, do the meet and greets, touch them, have that experience. And if it wasn't for you bringing your celebrity game or your events, they wouldn't have that opportunity. Right. So once again, just a big shout out for that. And how do you think that going forward, you could even try to do more if that's possible? Because you're doing a lot, Duff.
I mean, it's always more you can do, you know? That's just a small part, you know, that's a small part where that's like the carrot, to bring everybody together, just bring the community together. And then we have a whole bunch of resources there. You know, we have vending tables where people have literature about other programs, other things going on in this city of Wilmington or state of Delaware. So that's just a small part. I think, you know, for me, I always say, what else can we do? You know, we're not there, you know. It's been 21 years, we done saved over 6,500 young people in the state of Delaware, but that's still not enough for us because we still have young people that's dying, still young people that's going to prison. So it's a lot of things we still looking to change. So that's why, you know, with the team I have, we're at 5 different high schools, 3 different middle schools. We have an after school program at Glasgow High School. We also have our ambassador program that meets Mondays and Wednesdays. So we're trying to do a little bit of everything, and we focus with these kids' life, you know, education, you know, job readiness, college readiness, prevention of drugs, alcohol, gang, financial literacy. So we try to cover all that stuff. So, you know, we prepare these kids for the future because, you know, sometimes the kids that we work with are some of the kids that people don't want to deal with. You know, so they throw them by the wayside, nobody will work with them. So we just give them, they come in hopeless and we make them hopeful.
Yeah, love it, love it.
Duffy's Hope, that's the name of it. So one thing I do want to mention is Delaware State, you know, we have the Black Male Initiative. I definitely want to introduce you to the director to see if maybe we could work something out together to help those kids across the board. So
absolutely,
keep it up, Duff.
Yeah, definitely. And for us, you know, we're, you know, a lot of people just know us for the celebrity softball, basketball, or our basketball league, you know. But we're, like you said, we're more than that. We like I just said, we're in 5 different high schools, 3 different middle schools, and then we have an evening program. But it's very important that, you know, not just what we're doing, but other people jump on board and start doing more in the community. You know what I'm saying? You know, like you said, it's good to have, you know, the young men at the Del State come and talk to our youth so they can see this is a product. You know, I was once you, but now look at me now. So it's always good. It's all about, you know, partnership and just bring longevity, man. You know, one of the things right now, we're actually preparing to send 23 or 24 of our students to Florida on Friday for the whole, until Monday. I mean, they're gonna go down there and do a college tour and then actually get some free time to, you know, travel into Florida, go to an amusement park. So let's get them something different. So something different than Wilmington. So.
All right, right around the corner, celebrity basketball game. Who can we expect? How can people get tickets? Just run the whole gambit. Just run the board.
Look, you got me excited. Look at me, bro. I'm getting about the seat now. You know, August the 5th is going down.
Matter of fact, that's your camera. Go ahead, look at your camera and tell them.
August 5th, going down, Chase Fieldhouse. You don't want to miss this game. If you was there last year, you know what the excitement was. It was sold out. We're going to bring it back again, but bigger and better. Woo! Family fun event. It's not just for young people. It's not just for black people. It's for all people. You know, so come support. This is a fundraiser for Duffy's Hope. This is the reason why we do it, so we can make our programs free for the young people. You know, we got Little Meats coming in town. Woo!
Them BMF boys.
Yeah, got Cash Dollar, BMF. Woo! Then you got Da Vinci. The girls like, woo! Then I hit them with this one, the Ren's tape. Woo! Old school.
For the moms.
Yeah.
For the moms.
That's the mom. And then, you know, you got Bobby J from Wild 'N Out. You also got Young Dylan. You also got Jimmy Allen. Delaware. Jimmy Allen, you know?
Shout out Jimmy Allen.
You know, he's coming back home. He's been a great supporter of Duffy's Hope. So, you know, we looking at, and then we adding more people. Some more surprise guests. Then you got some local people that's going to be playing in the game from Delaware. So, you know, it's a great opportunity. And then we got some local youth groups that's going to perform at halftime. So, see, a lot of people always say, can I perform? Can I do this and that? But we want to shine a light on the young people. That's who I work with. So, you know, a lot of people get mad at me about that, but I don't care because it's about these young people. Because they don't get the opportunity. Because, you know, it's crazy. They always put all the bad stuff they do. So let's talk about the good things.
Yeah.
So I want to see all the reporters down and look at all this good stuff that's going to go on Saturday, August the 5th. But can I back it up a little bit?
Go ahead, rewind.
Yeah, Friday, August 4th is our Evening of Hope Awards Gala. It's blue and gold time. That's the theme for this year. And we're honoring our seniors and young people in our program that have been doing some exceptional great work. Then also people in the community that's doing great work. You know, some of the honorees are, you know, Maurice Edie, who's a friend of mine, who was on the board, and he's coaching the basketball league for over 10 years. Ashley Christopher, you know, Alex Hackett, I can't even get Hurl's last name.
Don't worry about it.
You got a lot of HBCU alumni there, though. I like
Hurl
that.
Davis, Hurl Davis, give me Hurl Davis, I apologize. You know, Sam Jacobs, who's coaching the league, you know, and so we want to honor these folks, man. So we definitely want to honor them. So all the good stuff they do. So that's a fundraiser at the Christiana Hilton, $60 to get in. To go and Eventbrite, or you can call Duffy's Hope office 302-652-3532. And then the prices for the game, $25 for general admission. VIP, $100. But guess what? We only got 4 left. I just checked, you got 4 left. 4 VIPs, and what that includes is a private meet and greet before the game with the celebrities. Then you get your floor seat, so you get to be Hollywood down there.
So for $100.
For $100,
Cool beans.
Can't beat that.
Yeah.
So it's going down to Chase Fieldhouse.
Yes.
Right? So I cannot forget, take another step back. We got to give a big shout out to our man Busy Bones.
Yeah.
Busy Bones,
Can't
yes.
talk about basketball, can't talk about celebrities in Delaware without mentioning
Busy.
last Saturday at the Chase Fieldhouse was the first annual Tracy Day. Right?
No,
And
that's their second annual.
it's the second one?
second
My
one.
apologies, it was the second. It was the first one I went to, my bad. It was super popping, so we just got to highlight Bones for what he's
Absolutely.
doing. The fact that he has survived everything that he's gone through, and he didn't just go and leave.
Yeah, he came back.
He got the city of Wilmington on his back. He carries it everywhere he goes, and we just got to salute that too.
Absolutely. We salute you, young fella. Keep up the good work, you know. I reached out to him and said, congratulations on a great event, man. So you keep doing what you're doing, man, and giving back to these young people, man. Because you're inspiring people, man. They know people like you, if you made it, they can make it.
There you go. There you go. All right. Duff, thank you so much for coming, bro. Make sure we see you at Duffy's Hope. What date is?
August 4th for the Evening of Hope. August 5th for the celebrity basketball game. It's going down.
And where can they get tickets?
Woo! On Eventbrite, they call 302-652-3532. Holler, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, Duffy got me dancing.
Right.
I started bouncing too. He said August 5th. I said, okay.
Sure,
That's right, boy.
This is a whole radio personality.
Hey, hold up before you go, but you had an open invitation, you know, Miss Tina Betz. I don't get that same thing.
Oh, yeah. No.
Come back on.
Okay, let me rewind. Yo, Duffy, you're going to keep to the studio. And you know, man, anytime you got something going on, we want to make sure we highlight and talk about it, fam.
That's
you
right, man.
fam around here, bro.
That's right. Absolutely, man.
Come on, man.
I appreciate
All
it.
We'll be there.
Yeah, and Shaq and I will be there on the sideline doing interviews and calling play-by-play from the game. Cool.
know.
Live
on DETV. So make sure you that you pay attention and check us out. Duff, thank you so much. We got to take a break, and when we come back, it's Brewfest, baby.
Let's get it. I've been waiting.
Chelsea's Tavern's Brewfest.
What time is it? It's brunch time?
It's almost.
Okay.
It's almost.
Brew brunch.
All right, we'll be right back after this. Brewfest.
How did DETV start and how did you get here?
DETV started approximately 10 years ago in the basement of my home. I had an idea to show people of color doing great things, but what happened was I got to the point that I said, I'm gonna just show people all together doing great things. The motto and the moral was to bring people together instead of using media to rip people apart. And doing that, you know, I just did a lot of hard work, a lot of free stuff, a lot of things of just showing people being themselves. I figured that media, and I saw that media wasn't doing that, so I just decided to give it a shot, not knowing that it would bring me to where I am today. I had a great journey doing it. met some amazing people, did some amazing things, worked on some amazing projects. You know, and with just a lot of hard work and a bunch of sacrifice, I'm here today. I done worked on everyone's campaign in the state of Delaware. And now, you know, I'm just doing what I do and doing it with friends. My biggest accomplishment right now would have to be this, hands down, without a doubt. We want to make sure that we inform the community wholeheartedly. So again, they can have all the information that they need. For more information, you can find us at detvch.com. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Twitter and Facebook under DETV. Be sure to check us out. Tell me what you think. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Look, I freaking love this, Shaq. It's so much happening.
They miss stuff behind the scenes.
But look, I'm glad to have Joe Van Horn, owner of Chelsea's. You know, if you need that late night,
that's the spot.
That's the spot, and the food is amazing.
Ooh, okay.
They're having Brewfest, and I cannot wait to get there. Make sure you get there. But we got Joe Van Horn in the building to talk about it on the plaza. Joe, what's up, brother? How you doing?
Hey, we're just getting ramped up for the big day.
I'm seeing it everywhere.
Yeah, it's like planning the biggest event in Wilmington. So we're very, very excited to get to the day.
Right. So what exactly is Brewfest?
Okay, Brewfest, not to be confused with Beer Fest, because we do a little bit more than a typical beer fest. We will be representing over 50 breweries.
Right.
Each bring a couple beers each. They usually bring a flagship beer and then something special.
Okay.
And you get to go around and sample beer. The thing that we do a little differently is we have Bad Hombre tequila coming. We have Stateside vodka coming. We have High Noon malt beverages coming.
All right.
You know what I mean? We have 2 wineries. We have a meadery. We have 2 cideries coming. So in addition to just beer, and when your wife says, I don't like beer.
We got something else for her.
There's more there too.
We remove the excuses.
Right,
so,
right.
Then you're like, oh, all we're going to do is drink all day. Well, we have food. On our block that we shut down, the whole 800 block of Market Street is shut down from end to end.
Nice.
Stage at one end. A stage, 4 at a brew fest. We have
music.
3 bands.
There you
we
go.
have Shug Daniels, local star. We have a regional touring band and the Flying Komorowski Brothers. And then our main act is a national touring, really cool band. I don't know if everybody's gonna like it like I do, but they do country versions of classic 80s hits.
No, I don't find
No way.
No, I find that very interesting.
And somebody brought this to me and I said, no.
Until you heard it.
It is so cool. So I'm really excited for them. And then the MC for the day is DJ Andrew Yu of 76ers fame. So he's their house DJ.
Nice.
Oh.
He'll be running the day for us.
So you mentioned that you are going to have some local talent.
Hold on, wait a minute, Shaq. So it's like, it's not just a brew fest.
Correct.
It's a conversation. I mean, it's a concert that happens to have brews that you could bring the wife to if she doesn't drink brew.
Because she might drink tequila.
Because she might drink tequila.
Or if you don't drink brew or tequila, you might want to go hear the music. You might want to hear an 80s cover, country cover of an 80s
I'm a Shug
song.
fan, though. I'm a Shug fan, and Shug is amazing.
Yeah?
Shug is amazing, so I'm definitely ready to see. Okay, so run it by me one more time, Joe. You said people get to sample, like we're going around sampling the beers that other breweries have, right?
Correct.
Okay.
So picture Market Street closed off at each end, and then lining both sides 10 by 10 tents, each with a different brewer.
Wow. Okay.
So you get to literally meet a lot of the brewers, or at least their, people from their brewery, representatives. They can talk about their beer, and they can tell you about their beer. You get to sample a lot of stuff that isn't out yet or just released.
Yeah.
And then down the center, we have tables, chairs, umbrellas, so you can sit around and hang out. At the other end from the stage, we have Delaware Provisions food truck. We have a local taqueria that'll be slicing El Pastor tacos to order. And then on the other side, we have La Bamba ice cream. So we have, along with the 8 restaurants that reside on the street. So it's a pretty cool thing. We have what used to be Delaware Sports League is now Heyday Sports.
Yeah.
They'll be sponsoring a cornhole tournament. So in the middle of this, $25 get your team in. A floating happy hour, in Dewey is first prize, second prize, tickets to Phillies game, 100 level, and then Dick's Sporting Goods. Then we also have a homebrew competition. Guys for the past month have been brewing beers at home. They enter up to the day. And then we have John Medcalf, beer historian, and a couple brewers come together and judge, and we pick a winner. The winner there gets a staycation in Wilmington, show at the Grand, night at the Doubletree, dinner at Chelsea, drinks at Stitch House.
Right.
So it's a great little prize for that as well. So we're excited about all the different things that we have going on within the same event.
Right. This is one of the most anticipated brew festivals in the state of Delaware.
We represented the local brews first. So when I search, the first thing I did was go next door, knock on the door, and say, "Hey, Stitch House, you going to do this?" And they're excited. I go to Wilmington Brew Works. I go to the Meadery. I go to LAB. We get all these local ones in first, and then I fill in holes with more national. And unfortunately, we have to call Dogfish national now.
Wow, that's crazy, right?
We say unfortunately.
Yeah, congratulations.
Remember, they were the first little craft brewery. Now they're
hey, who knows? One of these home brewers that you have competing in this year's competition might be national one day themselves.
They're really cool. Just a side note, Stone Brewing, they do that. They brew somebody's home brewer's beer once a year.
Right.
So that maybe one of the locals will pick up on that.
I love it, man. I love it. And I got to give a special shout out because through the pandemic, man, you guys held on. You guys held on and just kept pushing and pushing. And now you're like the #1 spot, like on Market Street. Definitely top 3. My #1 on Market Street.
As Elvis says, you can't make money with the door locked.
Woo! Yeah. Damn, Elvis.
So we don't lock it very often.
Yeah, no, you want that late night, you got it.
So we're open till 1 a.m. every night.
Oh, sweet. Damn, Brewfest, huh?
Yep. Brewfestwilm.com. Go there for all the information. All the vendors are listed. All the breweries are listed. So if you have a special brewery that you are hoping to see, you can check it out on there. We update the site every Thursday with new breweries that we're talking to coming in, and new wineries and new meaderies and cideries. So you can check everything out there. Also, tickets are available through that website. There's a ticket link on there. So brewfestwilm.com.
And run it by one more time, the concerts here part of this. Who's going to be performing?
All right. Opening act is the Flying Komorowski's Brothers. The second is Shug Daniels, everybody knows in Wilmington, and then Frankie Goes to Dollywood is the headliner.
Goes to Dollywood.
It's a great name.
Can't wait.
I'm going to be there.
I want to hear a country cover of an 80s song.
What song?
Tears for Fears.
Girls just want to have fun.
Tears for Fears.
There you
country.
go.
That's the one that sold me.
Okay.
I'm about to check that out.
All right. Joe, thank you so much for stopping by, good brother. Go to
brewfestwilm.com
or DETVCH.com to see the flyer and check out this interview if you need to go back. But I can't wait. What date? I'll tell you what, 30 seconds, go.
August 12th, 800 block of Market Street, and be there.
There you go. You have it. Got nothing else. That's it. Joe, appreciate you, brother.
Thank you very much.
All right, Brewfest. You going?
Of course.
He said, of course. What's your favorite beer?
It's not a home brew. I mean,
you make your own?
No, I don't make my own.
I know you Jamaican and everything.
Shout out to Red Stripe.
Red Stripe.
Shout out to Red Stripe.
Unfortunately, they're not making the trip.
But you're a beer drinker?
I drink, so I'm cutting back on beer, but Modelo.
Modelo's
okay,
all right.
Especial.
Especiale.
You know what I mean?
All right, that's what it is. So. Look, thank you for tuning in, DETV. Again, we had an awesome lineup today for today's live episode. I can't wait for tomorrow to see who we got coming by tomorrow. Anything?
Can I make one comment?
All right, knock yourself out.
I just want to give a big shout out to Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Delaware. Mm-hmm. Listen, people, we need more help. We need more mentors. We have a lot of youth. We call them bigs, we're bigs, but there's a lot of littles in the state of Delaware that needs bigs. Mm-hmm. So please, Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Delaware, go and support that movement.
All right, and I got one too. You just reminded me, speaking of the Big Boys and Girls Club, Big Ives Turkey Drive coming up in November. Be sure, if you want to feed a family, I will put the link to the Turkey Drive in the description. Click that and make a donation to help us. We are going to feed over 14,000 people on Thanksgiving.
Wow.
So, Storm gave it to me, handed it down to me, gave me the baton. Now we're going to take it and run all the way to the end zone, man. So, over 1,400,000 families through the state. We're going to start with the senior center at Hurley and hit every Boys and Girls Club and high rises in the city, senior high rises in the city, and downstate in a big convoy. You gonna be there?
Yes, you know I'm gonna be
Are
there.
you gonna be there
Handing out
everywhere?
turkeys, doing. I have to be, man. Right.
Yeah.
And speaking of being everywhere, can't forget Delaware State University College of Business. You know, brand ambassador, Black Male Initiative. We have a lot going on down there. We have a lot going on in the city of Wilmington. We have a lot going on in the state of Delaware. And DETV is here for it all.
We're here for information. Information is important, and especially to us here in Delaware. All right, we're out. Again, thank you to Chelsea Tavern, thank you to the city of Wilmington, and thank you to Duffy's Hope. And we'll see you on the other side of greatness and happiness. More of the story is, hug someone, love someone, and most of all, forgive yourself.
There it is.
That's it. That's all I got.